I am in fact going to be graduating in just over 2 weeks. My final stream will be on the 5th of May, 2025. So it will be 505 day. That will be my final stream, and it will be like basically just with you guys, just doing a Zatsudan, just saying goodbye to everybody. So yeah, I think a lot of people had a feeling that this was going to happen. I've got a big long statement that I'm going to share with it, that I'll read out properly later, and I'll explain all my reasons and everything. But basically, I don't want anyone to think that I'm particularly, like, there's no problems with me and the company. Me and the company, we're separating on good terms. I am leaving on good terms. I'm happy with everything that I've achieved here, and I'll share all of that properly in a couple of minutes. But just, yeah, things have just been going in this direction for a while. It's very much just a case of, like, I have things that I want to do that I can't do here, and as much as I've loved my time here, I have to move on to elsewhere. But yeah, I wanted to pull that band-aid off immediately so people aren't just... I didn't want anyone to hear it from anyone other than me first, because I know this is going to be very hard for a lot of you to hear. It's not a decision that I made lightly, and it's not something that I rushed into. It's a decision that I've kind of had in the back of my mind for a long time now, but just before the end of 2024, I was set on my decision to end my time as Fulgur Ovid and leave Nijisanji. I know that this decision is going to hurt a lot of confidants, and I am so sorry that it will. These past 3 years have meant so much to me, and I've meant it every time I've said recently that you've helped me to become a better person and see my self-worth. With that in mind, I would like to talk a little bit about why I've chosen to leave Nijisanji. If you've been watching my content for a while, then you likely, unfortunately, seen me go through spirals of depression and self-loathing often. Mental health issues are just a part of life for me, and while I do my best to manage them, I haven't always managed to keep them out of streams. I'm not saying that streaming has ever been a detriment to my mental health, and in fact, on the contrary, I would even say that streaming with the confidants has actually helped me feel a bit better when I was feeling down. My mental health hit an extra low point a few months ago, when a project I'd been working on for months and invested a lot into and hired a lot of skilled people to work on fell through. That was a big blow to me and shook my confidence and my ability to produce anything in the future. Then later on, I suffered from personal tragedies and hit a rock bottom in my mental state, which any of you who watch my streams already know about, so I'm not going to bring it up again. I'm stating all this outright now because I don't want to hide anything from anyone. Basically, I was just broken down by a lot of things in my life going wrong and had some very dark thoughts which I had to battle with. Once I had overcome those thoughts, I returned to streaming and life with a new mindset that really affirmed what kind of person that I want to be and what kind of content creator I want to be. It meant the world to me that you guys were willing to give me so much support and love in my lowest time, and also encouraged my greatest dreams of writing and creating stories, as well as just being a silly anime man on streams. What I reaffirmed in early 2025 was the fact that I love streaming. I love making my stories, and I love this community that we've built so much more than I can ever say. As much as I love many of the people at Nijisanji and being a part of something so amazing, it's also become clear that I do not really belong here. At some point, I realized that one of the things that's been detrimental to my mental health is the corporate setting of Nijisanji. That's not to say that Nijisanji is a bad corporation. I want to make that very clear, and I don't want anyone to think that's what I'm implying. I got a lot out of my time at Nijisanji, and I'm in a much more secure place after these 3 years than I've ever been in my life before them. What I am saying is that me as a person does not suit being in a corporate setting, where everything I do reflects on a company's image. I'm a very free-spirited individual, and I'm also into very dark humor, adult content, and lots of niche interests. That really doesn't suit a corporate setting. Especially not one that has investors to answer to and hundreds of employees making their livelihood off of it. Me just having a bad day and saying some stupid thing can be very detrimental to so many other people, and it's a lot of pressure to put on someone. Anybody? I'd like to think that I've managed to make you all laugh and cry, and if nothing else, you've made me all laugh and kept me entertained these 3 years, while also making me cry my eyes out with joy more times than I can count. One thing that I will say on the way out is a simple request. That is, I would like it if there was no kind of mindset of like, hashtag Noctics forever. Noctics forever, yes, but not with the number 4. Noctics are going to continue on as a trio, and I want them to continue on as a trio. If there are fans who will still care about Fulgur Ovid enough to draw me or take pictures with my puppet or merch or cosplay as me, then I will be honored to see that and keep my eye on them when I can. The hashtags are always going to be there, so don't worry. I'll be checking them. You just might not know it's me. Every person grieves differently though, and they move on at different times and in different ways. So for some others, it's going to be painful or even aggravating to see me included in Noctix related things once I'm gone. So up until I'm gone, I'm going to try to make even more memories with the boys and enjoy every single second of it. But after the 5th of May, it would be nice if you didn't try to keep bringing me up in future opportunities that Noctix get that I'm not a part of. I was blessed with a lot of time with them, and I'll always be appreciative of fans including me. But I just ask that you don't try to force others to acknowledge that I was once here. The time that we've shared and memories we've created are always going to be there to reminisce on, but Noctix and the Nocturnals are going to go on to create so many more incredible things without me. So as their current colleague, future fan, and forever friend, I hope that you will allow them to do those amazing things without me, and know that if anything, I want Noctix the trio to do things that Noctix with 4 members couldn't have ever achieved. I want them to go on to create amazing things and do things that I wouldn't have been able to do with them. I will be so excited for that. To my confidants, I hope that you'll believe me when I say how much that I cherish this community. I know that right now you'll probably be feeling sad and perhaps even heartbroken or betrayed. I promise you that I never wanted to hurt you this way. So the first thing that I want to say to you all is that if you do feel any kind of emotion right now, please do feel it fully. I know that I've made jokes in the past about none of this being real and you all being a virtual world created just to keep me happy, but now when I say this, I mean it seriously. Whatever you're feeling right now, whether it is pain, anger, fear, or even if it's joy, since you know I really do mean that I want to make this a positive step, just let yourself feel it. Your feelings are valid and you should let yourself feel them even if other people might not understand why this means so much to you. I get it. I honestly do. I understand that with me graduating, it's not just the fact that I won't be a part of Niji-sanji anymore, or that there won't be any Fulgur Ovid streams. There's also the feeling that maybe none of this meant anything to me if I'm willing to throw it away, but I promise that that isn't true, even if it might feel that way. I know that you may be worried about the fact that the community is going to change as well as its relationship with other communities around it. That much is true, but that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. The relationships that you've built with other confidants, Nocturnals, Niji-sanji fans, and even just VTuber fans won't go away just because I'm not here. One of the things that I love about this community is the fact that even when I'm not around and I've needed to step away, you've always looked out for each other. And I know that you're going to this time too. So if you need to take some time to separate yourself from the community and reevaluate your priorities and relationships, then please give yourself that time. Process everything as much as you need to. And if you'd like to come back and find us again, we'll be there to welcome you once more. We'll be accepting letters that get delivered to any color, like physical letters that get delivered to any color HQ up until the time of my graduation as well. So if you've ever wanted to write me a physical letter, you still have 2 weeks to get them in. They'll still be collecting them by then and they'll send them to me. They might not send them to me by the time I've graduated, but they'll send them to me like afterwards and I will get them eventually. If you're pairing me with somebody else, as in like, if you wanted to draw like, I don't know, cyborg art, you can use hashtag cyborg, just don't put it on Ukiki's art tag, because that will be disrespectful to Uki. So just put it on hashtag cyborg, because obviously bringing up somebody who's gone now, not so great, not so good. I do think it's a nice idea just to be like, keep any couple stuff to the couple tag. And that way, if people are looking through the couple tag, it's fine. If I admit I'm a pillar of the community, will you guys stop this? Okay, I'm a pillar of the community. You guys beat me to death with love. This is too much. I'd rather you announce a pregnancy today. I'm still trying to convince myself that at least we got a graduation notice and not an obituary. This is just a graduation notice. Legatus didn't die. Archivist isn't gonna die. I'm just going away for a little bit. You guys won't see me anymore. So yeah, no pregnancy announcement either. There isn't a bun in this oven. This is not like a frito full of eggs. Don't worry about it.